know when I went through the Alamo, I got several books and read up on the Alamo about Sam Houston and so forth. And one of the things that was intriguing to me is that at the Alamo, you had a lot of Mexicans fight with the Americans because
Correct.
they did not want to go back under Santa Anna's rule because he was started out to be a Federalist, and once he got in leadership, he became a dictator.
Exactly. Mexico hasn't changed, and here we are. Let me ask you, why should we have to pay for people to come over and get driver's license and everything? And yes, the corporation, I'll tell you this real quick, the corporations now, they can spend as much money on the elections, and I can't believe the Supreme Court has approved that, which means that the corporations have control, in essence, of our elections.
Well, I think one of the things that is very, very important, and I think it's deeper than the things that we're talking about right now. And if you'd like to discuss this sometime on the show, do come in if you're not afraid to put your face on the screen, because you've got a unique perspective coming from that area and seeing how that they came in and then they totally dominated. But one of the things that I think is extremely, extremely important is what has made America great was the idea of one language. If you go to India, you've got like 16 to 1,800 dialects. The fact that we are being diluted, you go to the Buncombe County Health Department, you see Ukraine, you see Spanish, and you see English. The fact that we are letting these folks come over, and it's not that I think that English is superior.
That's our culture, and that's our tradition. And exactly, 80% of the world speaks English. We're not telling them not to speak it. We just want them to assimilate. And yes, sir, I'd love to get on your show. And I mean, I'm very respectful of other cultures, but I can tell you, we moved out of San Antonio, and my wife is she's from overseas, and she's a U.S. citizen. And so I can give you her perspective of coming to the country and making it better and not taking from it and not demanding and waving your flag saying, you owe us this, you took our land. And that's why we moved to North Carolina to get away from that.
Well, you see, I hope you saw Regina get excited when you said that, because she was behind the Iron Curtain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
Yes, she was behind the Iron Curtain in Berlin. So I guarantee you, your wife and she would probably just run the show. I can just shut up.
Yes. But the funny thing about the Filipinos is that you can't come over here unless you got a skill, you got to speak and read English, and you got to meet certain requirements. You just can't come over here and get government assistance, free health care, and all that stuff. And I mean, I tell you, my wife, she was scared. If she didn't keep her job, she could be sent back. And I married her before she was a citizenship. Before she had her citizenship, I shouldn't even be saying that. But, she's been trying to get her other family over here, and they've been waiting 4 or 5 years. So, it's not that I'm against other people, but I don't know why we favor one race or ethnicity over another. And I think the New World Order, they just want to bring like a race war or culture war, and that's exactly what you have in San Antonio, I believe. And the crime and the drugs is just ruining San Antonio. I lived there for 40 plus years. I couldn't take it anymore.
Well, I understand that, and I'll be going to San Antonio for Thanksgiving.
Make pictures.
So I'll take pictures.
Take pictures, and I'll love it because I miss it. I haven't been back in 3 years. I was there for 40 plus years. My family's still there, and to be honest with you, there are just certain parts of San Antonio you don't go into. And like I said, anybody that has money has moved out of the city, and it's actually cheaper to live here, and the people are nicer. But it's just not a culture change. But I love North Carolina, and I just wish we just keep our values, that makes this country, and actually this area, and pardon the expression, but these hillbillies will not let any government, big or small, overrun them.
Well, I will say this to you.
That now I am a North Carolinian.
This is my cell phone. It stays on my side. Give me a call, and we'll set up a time to get you on the show, okay?
Yes.
I'd love to talk to you. God bless.
Thank you,
Thank you for your show.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hello, you're live on Citizen Speak.
Yeah, so how about the National Police? How about them, man? What's up with those?
What was that?
Don't know what that was. That was a funny person talking.
Yeah, a little.
You get a whole lot of those things once in a while when you start getting into a topic and really getting deep into it. And that caller was really getting deep into it.
Yes.
Did a good job.
Both
Appreciate that
feet.
call. Hello, you're live on Citizen Speak. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got
Now
you.
we can.
Turn down your TV. Okay.
Yeah, man. How about these actual police, man? What's up with them, man? I'm a citizen, and I feel like they don't handle their job to their best ability and what they're supposed to work by, whatever they.
What do they do?
I mean, it's just like, okay, I went to court today, and I,
Turn your TV down. It's still vibrating.
okay, my TV is down.
Okay.
But now we can hear better.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just crooked cops out here, and it's like us citizens need to come together and get these cops off the street.
Well, let me tell you a little story. I think it goes beyond the cops. Doesn't it?
Illuminati?
Doesn't it go beyond the cops?
Huh? What did you say?
I said it goes beyond the cops.
So what does that mean?
It goes to the district attorney.
So the DAs is the real bad guys.
Hey, the DA is the prosecutor for any crime that's committed in this area.
Today I just beat the trespassing charge in court. And you know what I'm saying, how the officer was looking when I beat the trespass. We had a little trial in traffic court, and just how the officer looked, he just looked so, like, he looked like he didn't even want to work for actual police department no more, because he couldn't do his job to his best ability to get me convicted of the charge that he charged me with. So the DA, you know what I'm saying, they had their questions that they asked. And it's like I just could see it, like, just sitting there, like, the DA and the police work together. Like, you know what I'm saying? The police go in and try to get their little words in before everybody come back in the court, try to talk to the DA. Like, and I overheard them, like, well, yeah, he has a lot of other charges, but I don't have a lot of charges. I have one prior charge, and this is really the second time I ever been in the court system. And it's just like I felt the DA and the police was working together. But, you know,
Well,
the courtroom, and I beat the charge, and
well, I think you said the smart thing there. The DA was working with them, and I think some people need to get involved because I know what was said at the last NAACP forum they had here in Asheville. I know what the leader of the NAACP said when he got up.
Yeah.
And Ron Moore walked in. He said, anybody would.
That's another person that I was about to tell you about. What's up with that coward?
Well, I tell you what's up with him. When somebody was running against Ron Moore was in the room, he said, anybody that tries to run against Ron Moore, my best friend Ron Moore come in the room, anybody that wants to run against him's got to be a fool.
That's democratic.
I'm going to tell you something. Do you mind if I shoot straight with you?
Excuse me?
You there?
Yeah.
Can I shoot straight with you?
Yeah.
There's a block of black votes in Asheville's been taken for granted by the Democrat Party for so long it's pitiful. And they ain't been done nothing to them to help them except keep them on the government welfare rolls and give them a little something to keep them coming back to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my opinion.
Well, I feel you're so right.
Do what?
I feel you're so right about that.
Well, guess who can change it, sir? You and I.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got to get away out of here, man. These cops are just...
No, we got to stay here and fight it. You got to fight it if you got the guts to stand up and say it.
It's the same place anywhere. It's the same, so you don't run away from it.
Yeah, you just know the players here.
Mm-hmm.
And I do appreciate your call. And like I told the gentleman before, if you'd like to come on the show and talk about it sometime, let me know. Also, Dixie Barkdahl has a show on here, What's Going On in Western North Carolina, which is a good show to talk about the court system. Give her a call. That'd be good, okay?
All right, well, y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Do you have another phone call? Because I wanted to say something.
All right, let's see if I can get this one on here. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, say something.
Oh, okay. Well, I was involved in something this weekend, and like I've mentioned before. Anyway, it's concerning the ACLU.
Uh-huh.
They have taken Christ out of Christmas. They have taken Christ out of the public schools, prayer, etc., all of that. And they want everybody to say, and this is an old cliche now, happy holidays and a holiday tree instead of Merry Christmas and Christmas tree, just to say. I want everybody to send the ACLU a Christmas card that says Merry Christmas and bless them and wish them personally in your handwriting a blessed Christmas, and send a card for the price of a stamp to the ACLU in New York. If you don't have the address, find it out on the internet. And wouldn't that be great? They get millions and millions. Is that sending a message or what?
Well,
Are you going to do it?
hold on a minute. Okay. Now, we've got 4 minutes left. We've got 4 minutes left. Don't call unless you're going to send a card to the ACLU. I want you to give me your first name and say you're going to do it. That's all I want. That's all we're going to do from here to the end of the time. Are you going to send a card to the ACLU? All right. You will, okay?
And where do you find the address again?
You go to the internet. You can look it up on the internet, okay?
Okay, now let me ask you. The guy called in and said you couldn't run unless you had a bunch of money. The mayor of Asheville was poor or not rich until she ran, and all of a sudden now she got elected, and seems like she's doing pretty good.
That's it. Well, let's see if we can get some more people calling in about sending the card, okay? Appreciate your thoughts. Call in next week, all right? Who else is gonna send the card? Come on, you got about 2 minutes left. 2 minutes, 3 minutes left.
Put Christmas back into Christmas.
Send the card to the ACLU.
Yeah. That's really important for
Well,
heaven's sake.
maybe nobody cares
Oh,
about Christmas
my-
anymore.
Well, that could be too, but then we are really lost.
Well, West Jefferson, North Carolina had a Christmas parade. Mm-hmm. It was so nice.
You mean
yes.
not a holiday parade?
No, it was not a holiday parade. It was a Christmas parade. And Terry Smith, thank you for that letter you wrote that I put on my website, www.citizenspeak.com. Check it out. You get to see that on the website.
Does Asheville have a Christmas or holiday?
Do what?
Does Asheville do Christmas or holiday?
Holiday.
Really?
Look, we do holiday parade. We don't do Christmas parade. We do holiday parade. Hello, you gonna send a card?
I sure am.
You are?
I sure will. This is Tanya calling out of Candler.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. That's
And
good,
I had
people.
one little question.
Yeah.
The reason why I believe in my own thoughts that Ron Moore got reelected and Bridget Odom lost is because all those that Ron Moore's got out of all this deep shit is who reelected him.
I understand exactly what you're saying, dear. Plus, he had a lot of
Myself,
people.
Bridget, if you're watching, I voted for you, sweetheart.
And
Maybe
we're going to
next
vote for
time
you
I won't
again.
put you in there.
We're going to vote for you again. And by the way, he had a whole lot of people in the juvenile justice system and everywhere else out there wearing his T-shirts. I wonder if they were still on the clock.
If I could have, I would have wore one with a bullet.
Be good. Take care.
Just to say. Y'all have a
Oh, my goodness.
1 minute. Can we get one more call in? One more call in. Send a card to the ACLU saying Merry Christmas.
Yes.
All right. I bet there is it. Hello. You going to send a card?
I will.
All right. And your first name, please, and where you from?
Leicester Hilda.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. Can we get one more before we go off the air? Can we get one more before we go off the air? One more. One more. All right. Hello. You there?
Hi, I'm going to send a card to the ACLU, Fran in West Asheville.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's
you.
4. 4 in 3 minutes. That's great. Let's got one more, and I think let's see if we can get them in. Hello.
4 seconds. Hurry up.
Yep.
That's it.
And I'll say 2 seconds.
Got 4 in 3 minutes.